A Dragons of Walmsley Castle production, sponsored in part by OLIDA incentives from Hartman's Community Center. Located in Milton. Times were tough in King Lake, the little hamlet south of Tillsonburg. The church was hard up for cash, and they'd had to lay off all their dragons that they needed to bring the parishioners in. On top of that, there wasn't any money for their maintenance budget, which meant there wouldn't be any cutting of the lawn around the retirement home and around the church of King Lake. So Farmer Ed got the pink slip, laying him off. And things tended to get weedy around the old church. However, Farmer Ed couldn't worry about that, and he walked away from the church grounds with his tractor that he had used faithfully for the last 5 decades to cut the church grass. He parked old Betsy in an old abandoned shed a few miles south of King Lake, but he soon discovered that old Betsy wouldn't stay put. She kept starting up and wandering off on her own. Apparently she wanted to enjoy the nightlife with a International Harvester combine that lived a few miles down the road. All this old farm machinery just couldn't stay put. And Betsy, of course, and the combine hit it off well. One time, Farmer Ed was just in time to see old Betsy haul down the road with her John Bean sprayer as she went after the combine again. And old Betsy went from King Lakes to the shed in there, and then was heading towards the combine, but she was coming upon an intersection before she could get to the combine. She narrowly avoided crashing into a passing rich man's car at the intersection. And continued on up the hill, over the intersection, and down the road towards her beloved combine. By the time Farmer Ed chased after his tractor, she'd already been stopped and was being towed away on a flatbed by the sheriff. There would be a massive fine for letting his tractor loose. So Farmer Ed needed money, and he went into the bush. He remembered a bank robbery that had occurred years ago by Frank Lloyd, who had stolen $20,000 worth of silver coinage from the local CIBC bank. He went in the bush and he was looking for that money, and what he found was an old, decaying, dilapidated shed hiding in the bush. He didn't find the money, but he did find some rotting clothing that must have belonged to Frank Lloyd, and he discovered a mask. And he also discovered a Tommy gun that was rumored that Frank Lloyd would have used to rob the bank. He knew the Tommy gun would be worth money, so he raised enough cash to free old Betsy from the impound yard. So the question for today is, what model of tractor is Betsy?